always elevate the pressure. The heart beats a little faster. It gets a little more intense, particularly if that team across the field is a conference foe. And that's exactly what we have in this showdown coming up. Welcome to the home of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Tuscaloosa, Alabama, Saban Field at Bryant-Denny Stadium. As we'll see the number 12 team in the country, the Texas A&M Aggies, taking on a participant from the playoff last year, the Alabama Crimson Tide. For EA Sports College Football, Reese Davis with you alongside David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. And guys, can't wait to get this one started. Texas A&M about to boot it away to start this game. And it'll be a touchback. The ball will come out to the 25-yard line. Back to throw, it's Russell. He's got him in the flat. He's brought down quickly. Minimal gain there, still a bit short of the first down. This is the kind of game, a top 25 matchup in the early season that you look for when you're trying to build your resume.
Yeah, these are so fun because as a player you kind of get bored if you don't get challenged, but when you got an early season challenge like this, all the adrenaline, all the juice, Palmer, you're ready to rock and roll.
I love this. We've had this game circled for a long time because we learn a lot in these types of games. What are these teams about? Which conference?
Pulls it in down the middle. And there was lots of space as he gets it to the 39-yard line. That kind of play will put a jolt into a drive. It's 1st and 10 from just inside the 40. And how about taking a big chunk out of this defense on the opening drive?
And with the speed they have on the perimeter, Reese, no doubt. They want to come out here and test this secondary.
Unleashes one deep. And incomplete on the deep ball.
Well, you knew you were going to see it in this game. Throwing the go route to one of the fastest players in all of college football. This receiver strikes fear in the heart of every defense because he's got elite track speed. He's going to blow the combine up in the 40-yard dash because of his wheels. Not able to connect with the quarterback on that one, but you know he has the defense's attention.
Man, that play takes some protection. If you're going to stick it in the belly and that wide receiver is going to run down the field that far, I need some good protection, and I need my lineman not to go downfield. Nice job by the quarterback making the right read, being patient, throwing that strike.
They'll run him out of bounds, but look what's on the ground. Penalty marker. This Alabama offense is clicking. They're set up with another first down. He might want another play. Here's the snap, looking to throw. Makes the grab. It's Adams. Tripped up for the tackle. Alabama quickly back to the line.
And a really nice job by the wide receiver. You run a drag route, find space. They're in zone coverage.
Turning it on. He rolls all the way down to the 5-yard line before they finally get him stopped.
If I'm building an offense in today's football, it's not around a quarterback that can't run. I'm going to find an athlete that I can give the ball because defensively, it starts to limit your coverages. It starts to limit what I can do. It makes me play the quarterback every single play. Just makes your job as a defensive coordinator extremely hard.
That's a really nice job by this defense, maintaining outside leverage and knocking him down behind the line.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and hand him the ball.
He's going for the goal line. Touchdown, Alabama! Made the grab and then did the rest himself, and they put points on the board. You want to talk about a great way to start the game and set the tone early.
It's so nice to have a quarterback just get himself into the game, get himself established. You make a couple throws, you lead your offense down the field, you score right off the bat. Could not have been a better start for that QB.
And it'll come out to the 25. No attempt at a return. This place is roaring, and it's going to be so hard to operate under these conditions. Off-play action on first down. Quarterback doing what he does best. He can move. Intercepted, and the first drive ends with a pick. At the 40, there he goes. And a big return after the INT sets up the offense for this possession.
Man, that's not the attempt you wanted to start the game. First pass of the game, interception. Man, this is where you go over the sidelines. You have a good talk with your coach. You settle down. It's not the end of the world. It's one pass, but that is not the start he had in mind today.
Guys, here comes that Alabama offense onto the field. Already a solid start to this one. Now, there he goes. Ripping through the defense and getting it all the way down to the 24-yard line.
Listen, the big hog mollies up front, the big offensive line paved the way for a big first down.
Alabama just did work on the ground. Let's see if they go right back to it. Got it in the middle. It's Coleman. They'll spot the ball at the 12 after that completion.
As a head coach, you love it when your quarterback is locked in early. Opening drive, throws a touchdown pass. Really nice throw on that last play. Here in the second drive, he's firing on all cylinders. You can tell this guy did his homework coming into this game, and right now it's paying off.
Back in motion, try to clear the picture. The offense will have to use its first timeout of the half. Now down to the 12-yard line, it's first down. Looking downfield, it's Russell. Fires to the end zone. Can't make the grab as he was looking for his man right at the goal line.
Yeah, I don't know if the quarterback got confused on first down. He might have thought the defense was going to be in man coverage that time, but they were in zone. They fooled him, and just didn't seem like he had his eyes in the right place, was forcing that ball to his intended target. The window way too small. The guy was not open, so that didn't have that chance to be complete.
And that pass will be jarred loose on second down. That brings up third down.
Well, it's a nice job by the quarterback getting the ball out of his hands quickly on that RPO. He saw something he liked, just not on the same page with his receiver.
The Crimson Tide looking for a big play to convert on third down. From the gun, wants to pass. He's got it on the move. Touchdown, Bama! Made the grab and took it on in for the score. Lining up to tack one more onto that lead. A methodical drive that they finish off by tossing it to the tight end.
And the tight end, I'll tell you what, this is a position that's involved so much, right? And you see him move all over the field. It's kind of like, where is Waldo? You got to find this big fella, especially down in the red zone area. This is the guy they're going to target and make the big play, get the touchdown.
And he's going to try to return this one. He doesn't get it back to the 25. He's out of bounds at the 21-yard line. They'd love to put a long drive together here as they start from their own 21. First play of the drive, wants to throw. The sure hands, it's Williams. They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground covered. Pick up the first.
This slot receiver is a guy the defense has to be careful of. He runs good routes, he's got some speed, and if you're not careful, this guy can gash you.
This junior making his presence felt and making the stop after a short gain. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Tide crowd rolling noise down onto Saban Field on third down. They'll try to get the first through the air. Got it in the middle. It's Norman. Coming through that third down conversion, and they'll mark it at the 43.
Really nice job there by the quarterback, understanding that it's zone coverage on third down. You're going to have to find someone working into a soft spot, get the ball out of your hands quickly, make an accurate throw, and pick up the first. Well done.
Looking downfield on first down. He's taking the shot. Makes the grab right down the middle. That is exactly what you want to do with the football. He's got it all the way down to the 15-yard line.
Well, Reese, you and I were talking about this before the game. How is this defense going to be able to deal with all the speed they have offensively? You saw them just rip off a big play.
And, Jesse, now their head's spinning just a little bit. Give up a big chunk play, and it's right back at them. The lost yardage leaves them with 2nd and 11.
Well, one of the reasons this offense likes the option game with the quarterback is to use his speed and try to attack the perimeter of the field. The deep
Touchdown, Texas A&M. A great catch and run for 6.
Quarterback's abilities to read the field is huge, and also the anticipation, the timing. To be able to throw the football, Jesse, and hit a guy in stride so he can get run after the catch and get in the end zone, that was a nice job by the quarterback.
Yeah, it's critical, David. Listen, a lot of times touchdown passes aren't thrown into the end zone. You've got to read the coverage, hit the open guy, and let him do the rest.
Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. Just enough time for one more snap before the end of the quarter. Dropping back, it's Russell. Looking left. Got him downfield. Breaks into the open. They finally make the stop, and what a fantastic way to finish off this first quarter after that play. So Alabama takes the lead into the quarter break. We've put one in the books. Let's have a look at our game summary. So after the break, they'll go back to work. They'll move the wide receiver. Quarterback may change this route. Wants to throw on first down. And he got smacked just as he released the pass. It's incomplete.
Man, it's easy to play defense when you can do this. When you can get to the quarterback quick and make him make a decision quick, it makes it easier for the secondary, for the linebackers, for everybody on the field.
Try to make up for some of that lost ground on second down. And they'll bring him to the ground after a short gain. Alabama with a lot of ground to cover here on 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Calls it in. Defense makes a stop, but the chains move, and it's 1st and goal from the 8. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Alabama rolling quickly downfield, set up with another first down. They'll try to get it in with the run. Relentless, tough running gets it down to the 4. A little wrinkle here as they go to the Wildcat and use the extra blocker. On the direct snap, it's Young. And he'll finish the run out the end zone. Touchdown tie. The 18 unit on the field.
The best running backs are the guys that can just sniff out the end zone. That running back showed you all of his freakish ability on that play.
Kickoff unit on the field. defense will be called on to protect this lead. And no chance at a return here. They'll start this drive at their own 25. The Texas A&M offense is back on the field. This is when the pressure can ramp up a little bit on an offense, David, when they start feeling the heat to answer a score.
And I think being down 14, you can kind of feel that way. But, dude, if you put a good drive together, this is a 7-point game. So, Palmer, no need to panic.
I was just going to say, David, I mean, this thing can flip quick. You go down, score, all of a sudden your defense gets a stop, or who knows, better yet, gets a turnover. This game is entirely different.
Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the big fella. He stopped just short of midfield. They'll mark him out of bounds at the 48.
You know what I really like about games like this at this point in the season? You find out who you are. You find out whether you're going to stay in the race.
And who can step up and handle the challenge, right? This is easily one of the toughest games to date for both of these programs coming into this one. So there's a lot of eyeballs, David, on this game to find out who's mentally and emotionally the toughest.
Yeah, and we're going to point to this game as we get later in the year and big decisions are made. You've got a top 25 win. You beat them in the middle of the season, X, Y, and Z, so these are big for the resume.
Looking down the middle.
The offense just has not been able to find a way to get their rhythm going here in the first half. We just haven't seen it in the passing game. That was a really good example of it again. If they're going to score more points in the second half, they've got to make some adjustments here at halftime.
Working well behind the sticks on second down. Wants to go up top. Makes the catch. It's Williams. Crosses the 30. He's got to lay it. Down to the 26-yard line before they ride him out of bounds, and this defense is on its heels. Texas A&M back to work with another first down. Looking to throw on first down. Fires on the move. Complete to the right. They get him down, but this offense is set up first and goal from the 9.
And this quarterback wasn't thinking about taking off and running with that one. He was outside the pocket, but he kept his eyes down the field. He kept reading the coverage. He was surveying to find an open target. Accurate throw, and they get the first down.
They'll knock him down for a loss of a couple.
Option football is about responsibility, but I can't give up my hand. I can't show them really quickly and make it easy on them. Good job by the defense, staying patient, defending all the options, stringing it out, making a nice play.
Second down, they'll go to the air. Touchdown, Aggies! Grabbed in the end zone to put 6 on the board. And the offense finds a way to cut into this lead. They still have plenty of work to do.
And they do, but that's a big score. You don't want to get late and start getting in the second half where you're fighting to come back by so many points. So great job getting points, get that momentum back on your side so you can come out and do some good things when you get the ball next time.
Stopped at the 17, and he's probably second-guessing that return. Let's see if they can get something going here late in the half. Quarterback making adjustments. Looking for a man. It's Russell. Sends it downfield. And it's incomplete. They were looking for the huge gain on first down.
Well, you see them there taking the shot. I think the thought process is look, we've had so much success early in this game running the football. Let's see if we can now take advantage of the defense throwing the ball over their head. They're going to be expecting run. Safeties and linebackers are all going to be playing downhill trying to stop that. If we get the one-on-one opportunities to the outside, we have got to take shots. That one fell incomplete, but they should keep trying this as the game goes on.
And defensively, one of the most important things is stopping the run, being physical up front. That was too easy for this offense. You can't give up 5 and 6 yards a pop on the ground. Like, that is a recipe for disaster. They got to be more physical, get off the ball, get downhill faster.
They'll get the first down. It's spotted on the 49. The passing game kept this drive moving. Let's see if they try it again. Wants to go up top on first down. Trapped behind the line. It's Hale. And this one will be stopped for no gain.
Getting suffocated right away. How about the DB? Just seeing that initially, pulling the trigger, getting to him, get him on the ground, get the tackle for a loss.
Plenty of work to do here on 2nd and long. Back to pass. Skips away from pressure. Looking down the left side. And the incomplete pass taking a shot on 2nd down, and they'll be left with a 3rd down. He had him open there, and I know this quarterback expects to make that throw.
It's a tough throw because, again, you got a couple steps on a guy. That's not wide open. These DBs are so fast, but that is a throw that you do expect a guy like that caliber, to be able to play a little pitch and catch and make that happen.
He'll go out of bounds right at the 30-yard line. A big play as this offense in business.
Well, this offense has come out slinging the pill. They are throwing it. They are trying to be aggressive. We're only in the 2nd quarter, guys. Already, this guy has over 200 yards passing.
And it is well blocked as they pick up enough for a 1st down.
How many 1st downs is that alone, just on this drive? The defense, they keep this up, they're going to get worn out and continue to have to play more and more guys. They got to do something to change this.
Takes the handoff. It's Young. He's going to lose a yard on that one.
Yeah, and they got him down in a hurry. Nice job by the defense. Aggressive attack. Come downhill. Go get the running back. Get him on the ground.
They've got a solid drive working, but now looking at 2nd and 11. Caught on the outside. It's Coleman. And he goes out of bounds after coming up with positive yardage there. The terrain gets rough this deep in the red zone. 3rd down. They can't pick up the 1st without scoring. Dropping back, it's Russell. And that's incomplete. A defender all over him. Knocked the ball to the ground. 4th down coming up.
I know one of the things this defense really prides themselves on is being physical, and early in this game, putting a big hit on a guy that's already had a couple catches in this game, that's a good omen for the defense.
Wanting to move the chains. Here comes Alabama on 4th. He'll try to throw and pick up the 1st down. And he's on his way. He'll go all the way. Touchdown, Crimson Tide.
How big is that for this offense? Put a nice drive together, get the touchdown, add to this lead already. Everything right now, Palmer, going their way.
Yeah, that was as good a 2-minute type situation as you can have offensively. And David, they've got so many weapons on this offense. They practice these situations all the time, and they put it to work here at the end of the 1st half.
Didn't find any crease in that kickoff coverage, and he'll be stopped at the 17. They'll get a chance to work on that hurry-up offense here in the final minute of the 1st half. To the air on 1st down. Got his man downfield. Gets it to the 37. Clock stops to move the chains. Texas A&M going up-tempo. Looking downfield on 1st down. He's going for the big play. Oh, he dropped it. That deep ball was right on the money. You just have to make that catch.
And the offense clearly saying, we want to take those deep shots. We want to be aggressive. And I think that's a good strategy because it makes the defense really honor what you're going to do. And just missed a little bit, but I wouldn't be surprised if this offense finds a way to come back to some of those deep balls.
Looking to go up top, and time's running out in the half. That's caught. It's Williams.
The thing I like about this slot receiver, he's really intentional in his route running. The quarterback always knows exactly where he's going to be on the field. They've got great chemistry.
Running out of time here in the 1st half. They're going to have to be efficient to put some points on the board before the break. Caught close to the marker. It's Craver. They'll use a timeout right before halftime. Maybe time for 1 or 2 more plays. A&M comes back out with another 1st down. Wants to throw on first down. Pulls it in. It's Norman. A huge play there, and they finally get him out of bounds at the 37.
Yeah, when you run those drag routes, it just takes a little bit of know-how. And when I say that, the receiver's got to understand, find space. My quarterback's going to find me. He's looking for that space at the same time. Nice throw, nice catch. Way to get the first down.
Catch in the middle. It's Williams. He stopped just a chain link or two away from the first down and sets them up beautifully here. We played 2 quarters here. Time to go to Kevin Connors in our halftime update. Alabama ready to put a boot to it to start the second half. And that was not what they had in mind as the kickoff sails out of bounds. So the decision has been made, and the coach will take the penalty. They go to the ground. Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48.
You love to see this on offense. Early in drives, getting that kind of yardage keeps you ahead of the chains.
The Aggies with myriad options after that big pickup on first down. Running back searching for a hole. Gets it past the marker. They bring him down, but not before he's able to pick up the first down.
All right, nothing flashy there. He just did what it took to get the first down.
Just nosing into enemy territory at the 49. It's 1st and 10. Use the play fake. Now to throw. Now adjusting. And the defense will corral the quarterback, and down he goes at midfield.
Those play-action passes take a little bit longer to develop, right? Because you still have the fake, and then the quarterback turns his back to the defense, has to reset. You got to protect him a little bit better than that, or the fake's got to be a lot better.
And the pressure is coming in, and they get him again.
Really nice play. When you talk about Alabama and their dominance on defense, especially in recent years, it all starts off. You have to have disruptors playing on the defensive line, guys that can be versatile and line up.
He lets it fly. Oh, it's picked off. Not the second half start they'd hoped for. Got room on the return. They make the tackle after the turnover, but hang on just a second. There's a flag on the field. Let's see if it stands. You'll take any help you can get with that penalty yardage, but it's still 3rd and long. Looking to throw, and he needs a bunch. That pass is well off target. He got hit as he was trying to throw, and they can't convert on 3rd down.
Great job by the defense dialing up some pressure on 3rd down. They hit the quarterback and forced the incompletion.
The Aggies send out the punt team to kick it away. The punters have had the day off up to this point, first one of the game. And the return man will have no chance as the ball sails out of bounds. So they come to the line, and the Wildcat going to give them a different look. On the snap, it's Hudson. Oh, he's got some space. They finally make the stop, but the defense out of sorts against that Wildcat, and they give up a big play.
Every time he touches the ball, you can feel the excitement from this home crowd because Palmer, he can go the distance with that game-breaking speed.
You're right, David. He's a special talent. I'll tell you, these fans, they come here to see this guy play because he has game-breaking speed. Stuff you can't coach. You saw it on that play.
They work that running game down to the 34. Let's give him 3 on the carry.
You know, as a defense, you kind of want to force the give on the RPO. You want them to run the football, and you can tell maybe the quarterback wishes he pulled this. Small game, but some information you gathered maybe for the next time you get to run an RPO.
He gets across the 20 and finally out of bounds at the 19. They're in the red zone. And wait just a second. The official's going to take a second look at this one. So after reviewing the undisputable video evidence, the replay booth has decided to overturn the call. The Tide with the 1st and 10. Defense trying to keep this offense from getting a line on who to block. On the run is Young. Brought down after a good pickup, and they're in the red zone at the 20.
Definitely been tough sledding for this guy, especially in the first half. They gave him the ball a bunch, but they just don't have a ton of yards on the ground to show for it at this point. That looked like a pretty good run, though. You just wondered maybe in the second half, if they keep giving him the football, it may start paying some dividends.
The Crimson Tide can dig into that playbook here on 2nd and short. Back to throw, it's Russell. Blasted as he lets it go. Intercepted deep in his own end. Brought down at the 8-yard line as he took that interception back inside the 10 to set up this offense.
And once the QB left the pocket, it felt like he was locking in on his dude, his playmaker out wide. I think the defense knew it too. Nice job taking the big playmaker away, breaking on the football, and going making a big INT for this defense.
Just a bit of a misfire there as they can't make the connection.
And I tell you what, we've kind of gotten to the point where we expect QBs to be robots and just never to miss and always put it right on the face mask or right on the numbers. And right there, you could tell he just missed a little bit off, and I guarantee you he's tapping his helmet and saying, hey, that's my bad.
He didn't have a whole lot of time to get rid of that one. The defense was all over him right after the snap. No wonder that thing fell out.
They've got him pinned deep in their own end, and this crowd trying to help keep them there. Gets open down the middle. And he'll pick up the 1st down, but he got drilled on that tackle.
Really nice job on that play. Quarterback and receiver being on the same page. Quarterback not telegraphing the throw, and the receiver does a nice job finding the soft spot in the defense, just settling down and giving his quarterback a nice target to throw to.
Yeah, and sometimes the coverage is just great. And as a quarterback, you throw the football away or don't try to force it too tight into a window, and you just say, hey, defense won that rep, good coverage.
Makes the grab, it's Norman. Moves up to the 34-yard line, give him a 10-yard pickup.
Nice throw, nice catch, great completion on that out route. Sometimes those cornerbacks, when they see that early, they can make that jump and get that pick six. So those are dangerous routes to throw, but it worked for him there.
The give on the option.
And, man, the big fellas up front, they don't get a lot of credit. They don't get talked about a lot unless it's negative, but they're the big component, man. They've got to get some push, to get some running lanes, get this running game going. They're the ones that make it go.
Solid pickup of 4 on 1st down and 2nd and 6. Looking to fire. Throws to the wideout. Intercepted, and that is the last thing they needed. Going the other way, and he's got room. And he's going to score on the interception. Touchdown, Alabama! No midseason doldrums for these guys as they push out the lead in Week 6. And they split the uprights on the extra point. They're up 35-14.
And this is exactly what you dream about for a defense. Forcing the big turnover, making the pick, and then putting points on the board yourself. Great play by the defense.
They'll put this one in play. First snap of the drive from the 25. Coming out on 1st down with the play fake. Trying to beat the D deep. Oh, he had it. The deep ball was there, and it just trickled through his fingers.
And that's a big shot, and that's a big incompletion, but this offense has to continue to do more of that. When you're trailing and you've got to make plays, they got to find creative ways to push this ball down the field and get this offense in a flow.
Behind the chains now on 2nd and long. Rides the back on the option to give. Works ahead for a couple. They'll stop him at the 27. 3rd down, and this offense is already in a world of trouble. They could really use a conversion, not to mention multiple scores. He uncorks one deep. And it's picked off for the third time today. Got some room to run at the 30. He's at the and he will roll into the end zone. Touchdown, Bama! What a play by this defense with the pick six.
And how about the defender? Exactly what you're supposed to do. Breaks on the football, makes the interception. Everybody on defense, we turn to offense. Go lay some blocks so my guy can get it and take it back to the house.
Kickoff unit is out there again, and this crowd is feeling themselves after that last drive. He'll bring it out. It's Williams. I know he thinks he can house every return, but sometimes you just have to take a knee as he stopped at the 14. First play of this drive comes from the 14-yard line. Leaves it with the back. Stonewalled again. No gain on the play. They keep trying to stick with the running game, but there's not much getting done. We've reached the break, and Alabama has the lead. Let's take a quick look at the national rankings to see how this playoff race is shaping up. It'll be second down as we open the final stanza. Wants to go up top. Snagged out of the air. Caught, and he's close to a first down on the nice pickup there. And the Aggies will hustle to the line. They'll try to pick it up on the ground. And the defense stands up this offensive line and stuffs him right at the line of scrimmage. He didn't get it.
Yeah, and this offense has to find a way to run the football. They got to get more creative, or whatever that looks like for this offense, something to jumpstart them, because nothing really going on the ground.
Yeah, defensively, though, you got to give...
Big tight end makes the grab. First down, still on his feet. That'll be good enough for a first down. They'll mark it at the 30. The Aggies come to the line with a new set of downs. Looking to throw on first down. Can't make the connection. The pressure there caused a missed timing.
This offensive line is not going to like watching the film back tomorrow when they get the opportunity, because they have gotten beat time and time again up front, especially in passing situations. All of the hits, all of the sacks that this quarterback has taken is the biggest reason why they're going to lose this game.
Gets it to the 46-yard line. First down for this offense. This Texas A&M offense is wasting no time. Looking to throw on first down. Fires to the middle. And that pass incomplete. The defense got a hand on it.
At this point of the game in the fourth quarter, it is going to be tough for this offense to get some completions here, because now, trailing by this much, the defense is expecting pass, and they're putting a whole bunch of extra DBs on the field to help them out in coverage.
They'll finally drag him down, but not before he gets it to the 40, and it's a first down.
The defense needs to have a plan for this guy. They weren't ready for that one. Drag route, running all the way across the field, and the DB just can't stay with him because of his speed, and as a result, they give up a big one.
Back open in the middle. Turning it on! Just what this offense was looking for. Sets him up at the 26 with the first down.
I like the running back there on the route and the patience he showed, really setting it up. He got to the defender, he was able to put his foot in the ground, get some separation, catch it, and turn upfield for the first.
Hit as he throws. Got it. Gets it inside the 5, down to the 4, and it'll be first and goal. And the Aggies didn't start this drive with great field position, but they have moved methodically down the field. And he got nothing, and the line of scrimmage is still the 5-yard line.
Well, that last play is basically a microcosm of what today has been like for this offense. Just nothing happening. Not physical enough at the point of attack. They're being swarmed. They haven't had the balance necessary to win this game, and that's what...
Touchdown, Aggies! Quick strike through the air for the score. Once the game reaches this point, you start thinking ahead and how you can find something positive to take into the next game.
Dang right. Keep the offense rolling. Try to find some plays that I can use throughout this season that I can have some more success, or I guess have success. I haven't had a lot of success today, but I'm looking for the future.
Set to kick this one away.
On the move from inside his 5. Really disciplined job by the coverage unit to get down there and make the stop at the 19. The Tide offense rolls onto the field. That last possession, a prime example, Jesse, of how things get condensed in the red zone.
Hard to throw when the windows are smaller, and that's what happens down near the goal line, David. But for this quarterback here, just take accountability and ownership and come out here and lead your offense.
And move on. Like, we needed points. That's something that we can harp on. We'll watch the tape this week, but now it's time to move on. Let's get another drive going.
The Crimson Tide rolling on the ground, tries to keep momentum going. The give as they work on that clock. There he goes. Makes the tackle at the 46, but it's a 15-yard gain to get them into plus territory. Now it's 1st and 10 from the 46-yard line. Power football with the run. Good execution. They move the sticks, and they've got it at the 33. It's a 1st and 10. Just when they're looking run, now up top. Incomplete thanks to the great defensive pressure there that sort of threw them out of rhythm.
And it's nice to be a QB in this spot. He's had a great day. Like, great day. They've built a huge lead now. Incompletion's okay. Just take care of the football. Don't throw that thing to the other team.
Touchdown time! And once he found open space, the band might as well start playing. They extend this lead, and it looks as if they are going to make it 2 wins in a row. What an explosive eruption into the end zone by this running back.
And this back does it a lot, that he makes big plays. When you can make big plays like this, it makes everybody's job easier. Oh, we can play action. Oh, we can throw it. But it starts with the run game, and this guy's setting everything up.
Not nearly as much as he'd hoped when he brought it out in the end zone. He'll be stopped at the 15. So here comes the Texas A&M offense back onto the field. Well, the last time they had it, the long field didn't bother them in the least, and they'll try to do it again. That's reeled in. It's Craver. Looks as if we have an injury on that last play, and we'll take a break to check him out. The Aggies with a 2nd and short to keep this drive moving. Off play action. Pressure coming. And the Heat gets there, and they get him down at the 14-yard line. That will take us to the 2-minute timeout, and not much time left for this offense to put together a miracle. Now a lot of work to do to move the chains, keep this drive alive after that earlier sack. On 3rd and long, he has to throw for it. He almost had another one. They've already picked off 3 and just a hair away from number 4 there. They're throwing for it on 4th down. Makes the grab. Look out, he's got room. And they finally get him to the ground. An easy conversion for this offense. Defense not exactly the perfect 4th down call there. Wants to go up top on 1st down. Makes the catch. Still running at the 40. Breaks into the open. A huge gain on that one before he ran out of bounds, and he has the 1st down.
Well, the offense is finding success throwing this guy's way. He just had a massive, massive play, his longest catch of the game. And I think if you're on offense, you got to keep looking this guy.
Touchdown, Aggie. They get it into the end zone to pay off that opportunity. Safe to say the offense could have used a few more plays like that earlier in the game.
Too little, too late. At least you got something going. You got some kind of rhythm. The offense put some points up. But, man, if they'd have started a little bit better, they might have had a chance to be a little bit more in this ballgame.
He'll bring it back from inside his 5. Good job by the coverage unit to put a stop to that return. snap of this drive will come from inside the 15 at their own 14-yard line. Dropping back, it's Russell. Fires to the wideout. Can't make the connection, and the defense putting on the heat and forcing the incompletion.
And how about this offense? They're not worried about the clock. They're not worried about the score. They're not worried about early and down. Still trying to execute their offense. Still trying to make big plays. And they've had a great day so far.
Stopped at the 24-yard line after the 10-yard gain.
Fresh legs, man, and it is showing, of course. This team had the bye last week, and you're seeing it right now late in the game, running the football, imposing their will against the defense that looks tired. Of course, they had to play last week, and you're seeing that right now.
Really nice pickup there as they have it out to the 44 with the first down.
This guy's been special today. Coming into this one, they thought they had an opportunity really to get him going, running the football, and he has delivered. You've seen the speed, the vision, his ability to break tackles. Well over 100 rushing yards in this game, and that's why they have a nice lead here late.
Continuing to turn and move it forward, and they're closing in on midfield. It's down at the 48. Even with this lead, they're going to toss it again. And as the ball goes to the turf, the clock has hit 0.